Live deep in the heart of West Texas, it's the James Hendricks Show. Half my brain held hostage just to make it a little fun. Hey guys, I told you guys we were going to have a little fun. We are going to cover, maybe one piece of the news. That is something I do. But a lot less reactive and a lot more proactive. A couple of weekends ago, I attended what is known in my church, that happens every 6 months, was what's known as General Conference. Okay, and General Conference is pretty, how I say this, pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. And so here's the beauty of it. Here's the beauty of it. Some of the talks we're talking about, that we need to kind of cut the crap about all this contentious and stuff that's causing all this fear and stuff like that. The problem is we're living in an increasingly reactive culture. And both sides of the aisle right now are pretty much acting like children. I don't know, I guess in my 52 years of being alive, I have become somewhat sensitive to the nature of human behavior, especially as the 20th century began winding down, and especially the 21st century. Okay? And so, I'm going to cover this one piece, of the American thinker called The Leader Who Never Was, that was written by Ed Zuckerrod. Now, I read a bit of this. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to read all of it. But it likened Biden's leadership, I would guess you would say almost like Neville Chamberlain of World War II. All right, but before World War II, rather. All right, but let's not be so fatalistic. The leader that never was. I'll tell you something, and both sides of the aisle are just guilty of this. We're still looking for Washington to provide us our answers. The leader that never was. What about the leader that can be now? Yeah, I'm gonna really stick a pin on this one, because this is a key episode. I could have easily decided, you know what? I'm going to cover this news even if it is extremely reactive. And there's a lot of things we could talk about, I know. Hunter Biden's laptop, that's quite the story. But don't you guys get tired of hearing all the crap? I mean, personally, I'm intrigued by the Biden laptop. But that's not why I came on the air. That's not why I came on the air. I came on the air to tell you the American dream is still alive, and you can do something about it. The leader that never was. Let's deal with the leader that can be now. We're kickstart on what we can do, right? Alright, now listen to me. If you're a father and a mother, you're a leader of a family. When you get done with your work today, go home. Hug your family tight, hug your kids tight. Or maybe you're a single guy, and you're thinking, well, how does that apply to me? I'm a single guy. Okay? I've been divorced. I've been divorced for 22 and a half years. And you might think, oh, how am I a leader? Well, what about the clubs and organizations you're a part of? What about your church or synagogue? As long as you're making impact on people's lives around you, as long as you're making impact on people's lives around you, you are a leader. See, leadership is not always a title. So many people think it is. That's only a very basic level of leadership, according to John C. Maxwell. That's just barely scratching the surface. Okay, we're just barely scratching the surface, and so we're not even going to go there. What can I say? In like different community outreach, if you're in employment, maybe you're a leader there. Maybe you're not. Maybe you got a boss or something like that. But maybe you lead some good work teams that are making a difference. Anyway, find a way. If you're naturally inclined, and I'm sure most people that are listening to my shows, the James Hendricks Show, the Empower Your Pattern in 2.0, you have that desire to lead. You're born to lead, but it's in the making that makes the difference. It's in the making that makes the difference. Okay, I could sit there all the time and cover the issues, because I can hear something on the, oh, Jimi Hendrix, he's gotten all wet. He won't cover the issues no more. He just sits there and goes off on tangents and, kind of reminds me of somebody in talk radio history that we all know and love very much. Rush Limbaugh. Back when I was a kid, I could never understand why he did that. Why he went off on his tangents. But now I know why. At age 52, I know why. He was trying to convey hope. Even in the depths of the Clinton administration, even in the depths of the Obama administration, Rush Limbaugh was there to try to convey hope. And so that's what I want to do, Believe it or never was, great, that's an intriguing piece. But how about the leader that can be now? I should start a blog. Post called The Leader That Can Be Now. Shouldn't I? I really enjoy podcasting. I was talking to an adoptive nephew. That boy is like the son I never had. And he was asking how we got into the field of podcasting. And I told him about how I started. I told him I host several podcasts. And so, the thing about I explained to him that podcasting was one of the best hobbies that I've had. And it makes the biggest world of difference for me. The leader that never was. How about the leader that can be now? Guys, we can be that. We can take America back. But sometimes it takes just us doing what we can in our sphere of influence without being argumentative, cantankerous, contentious, and reactive. I speak what I see as the truth. The leader that never was. Okay. I can make that into a motivational talk. Maybe I will someday. Most likely I will. But the fact of the matter is, we should focus on what the leader that can be now. And see what we can do. Don't get me wrong, I like covering the news, but sometimes I like to use what I hear on the news and tell you guys what you can do proactively, preactively. Now, I hope you enjoy listening to the James Hendricks Show. If you like what you hear, please subscribe and become a part of receiving most daily updates. This is Jimi Hendrix saying until next time, take care and be proactively informed. Tomorrow I'm going to be installing my usual guest host to bring in some awesome stuff. Take care, you guys. Pray, hold your families tight. God bless.